We really need more role models to just support women and encourage them to their journey. Just keep encouraging them and giving them the proper path and guide them to their dreams rather than telling them that you can't do this and you're not capable of doing this. It's just a man's sport.
What are you doing to really get the conversation going? Don't just say we are all about diversity and harmony and inclusion, but you're not really showing the work. What are you doing to show the work? And that's what we need to see. I think it's about time we see action rather than just singing the song and not doing anything.
So within the religion, it promotes physical activity and health. So we're able to go out there as long as we're not portraying ourselves in a rude way or in an upfront manner. We are encouraged to be physically active. It's the culture that has that taboo on it.
Let's go! Dribble. Mommy, that's it. Push it up. Nice. That's all right.
My brothers have been playing for a few years and I always wanted to play. I always rocked up at their training sessions, went to their games, supported them. Yeah, and I had people tell me, you should play. And I wanted to. Playing football in our community, in our culture, was seen as a taboo. Females shouldn't be running around on a field. It wasn't until I finished school, got my driver's license and was able to take myself to training and games when I joined, so I was probably about 18 at the time. At the time, I was hiding my boots in my car, as well as my uniform, and because my mum was like, she thought it was just a one-off thing. I was going to join for a game or two and not join from there. And then week by week, we just had a bit of banter and arguments back and forth about me playing and about, at the time, I wasn't wearing the headscarf, so I was wearing shorts and being appropriately dressed, walking out of the house, being in public. So it wasn't perceived well.
What you're doing is you're going diagonal to the court. So you're running this way.
That mindset has completely switched now. So I'd say my mom's probably one of my number one supporters. Always, pushing and encouraging me to keep going, keep working with the community and keep doing things for the community.
The reason that we're all here today is to talk about the importance of women and how we can really encourage women to participate in sport in general, but also how we can address some of the systematic issues that are facing us in the sport industry or in the sport organization. My parents are from South Sudan. I'm a South Sudanese born, but I was born in Kenya in a refugee camp called Kakuma Refugee Camp. And that's pretty much where I grew up for the first 10 years. And then I migrated to Australia back in 2003. There weren't a lot of African communities arriving at that time, and sport wasn't really much discussed in our community in terms of women participating. You could go to school and you can participate in any sport that you want, but when it comes to enrolling on the weekend, for example, or after school program, it wasn't really accepted. So I think that was one of the challenges that a lot of young women face. It was convincing their parents to really participate into a sport.
Normally, women are considered to be homemakers rather than something of being a sporting athlete. So if someone said they want to be an athlete, their parents would be like, no, you need to stay at home and rather get an education in a certain degree, like becoming a doctor, rather than being an athlete. It really has been a struggle because there's sometimes challenges such as politics where you really need an influence to get into a team. And sometimes the fundings that we are given is not really that much that we need. If we have to travel, we are not given that facilities that we need and the nutrition that we need for our sporting events.
put it down to 3 challenges: the uniform, the travel, and the expenses. So being a low-cost club, we're able to encourage more young people, especially girls, to join and be an outlet for them to express themselves in that physical environment and being able to afford it as well. When it comes down to uniform, we allow them to wear skins under their shorts if they've put on the scarf as well, or the headscarf. But at the same time, we've set up an agreement with the association where they're allowed to wear tracksuit pants. And third of all, travel or transport to and from games, sometimes to and from training even. So we try to work with the families, create that little tight-knit support network and have a bit of a carpooling system. So we have about 90 females in the club out of about 290 players. We do have a majority Muslim base, and it is those values that we share. So that's why they come to us, and they've been with other clubs that sometimes before the games they talk about certain things that these girls don't feel comfortable with, or after the games they'd go out for a drink, and the family or them and their families aren't comfortable with that. So they've come to us knowing that we're a safe space.
In Australia, we focus so much on the representation of players on the field, which is important, and we need that. However, we need to look at our coaching programs. Do we have enough diversity in the coaching program? We need to look at, example, community participation members. Do they have enough representation in those areas? We need to look at our officials. Do we have enough refs that actually represent diverse communities in the team as well? So there are things that are still lacking that we need to still look at and that still need to be addressed. And it's going to take conversation. It's going to take advocacy and awareness, and we need to bring a lot of people together to say, okay, it's time that we do have this type of conversation, because the sport is for everyone.
Sports has really given me the confidence and the leadership skills that I need, and really empowers you that you can achieve anything and just believe in yourself.
Football can put you in a right path. It can ground you because it creates a sense of family, it can create a sense of friendship, and it can really point you in the right direction.
I've tried to put myself in as a role model towards these young females. And whether it be putting myself out there on the sports field, back in an admin role, in a coach role, I try to let them see that they can be what it is they want to be. And they do have these opportunities.